Happy Friday, everybody. Um, I just wanted to let you know how I got on with my operation yesterday. It's over and done with, thanks be to God, and I feel good today. In saying that, I have an appointment in half an hour actually with my doctor. I have to go around to the GP because my breathing isn't great. That could be just from, I don't know, they told me to go to the GP, and my legs are very heavy, and they have been for quite a while now, a few months. So I got it again yesterday, and they said go around to your GP. So I rang my GP this morning actually, and I said, the doctor I want to see, I know it's going to take ages to see her. So I said that I'll see somebody else, and they said that's no problem. 20th of May. So it's like nearly 5 weeks or 5 weeks. So I said, oh, okay. So can I have a call, like a telephone appointment? So I got one this morning, and I was trying to video this. This keeps cutting off. I've had to delete loads of stuff from my phone to be able to have memory to do something on this. I kept doing like 10 minutes and then it would just cut off. But they rang me while I was in the middle of doing this, and I hung up by accident. So I rang back, and they said come in at 11:30. So that's good that I'll be seen anyway this morning. So basically they removed the lump, some part around it, and I don't know how many lymph nodes yet. They weigh it. I don't know. My consultant came around after the operation. She wasn't the one that did the operation, but it was some Spanish doctor. She was lovely. She came around, like a mature doctor, sorry. And she seemed very capable and lovely, and she explained what she was going to do, but she didn't write in the notes or whatever, maybe, but that has to go off and for testing and all that, and then they'll be able to tell me the size of the lump, how much they removed, and if it seems clear or whatever, and then the amount of lymph nodes. So what they do is with the lymph nodes, they apparently the surgeon was explaining that they put a fluid in to the part that has cancer, and then they watch and see where that drains to. So it's whatever first lymph node, then they take that out and they test that. So they take between 1 and 4. And so I don't really know what size it was, because I was diagnosed really in December, kind of officially in January, but I was kind of, so that's a long time. Like the woman beside me, I said to her, what did you have? Did you have a lumpectomy? And she said, yeah, 5 weeks ago she found a lump and she was operated on already. So it is kind of long for me. It's been like, almost 5 months. So it's kind of a long time, but then I did have other things. I did the tests and stuff to do, maybe. I'm not sure. But everything's for a reason, I suppose. So they were lovely. I went in, and you're in a kind of a day ward, and then you go into your anesthetic room, and the anesthetist came to see me, lovely guy, left-handed, writes like me, sideways, and everyone's just so friendly, and just asked me questions and whatever. But I don't know why, I just felt safe. And then we went into, because I did have an operation to remove fibroids in my womb before, back in Dublin, and I was so nervous. I thought I was going to die. But anyway, yesterday I just felt very safe, and then they brought me into the anaesthetic room. I don't know if it's called that, but they were just so, I said, I'm so nervous. I got a thing in here, and no bruise, not even sore. It did hurt going into the vein. I could feel, he said, you won't feel anything. Oh my God, I could feel it going in and going up the vein. But I didn't bruise or anything, which is amazing. And they did explain they were going to put a thing down my throat, like a pipe thing. And I panicked. He said, look, you'll be asleep. But I was just afraid, but I can't describe it. The way they did it, I couldn't have been nervous. Like they were saying, this is going in now. You're just going to feel it. It'll go to your head and you'll feel a little bit dizzy. And you'll just feel a little bit dizzy. And I did. And they said, that's just going to relax you and all this. And then they gave me oxygen and, you know, I can't even remember it. And I genuinely mean this. They were talking about lunch and food, and of course I was asking where they're all from, what do they have for their lunch, and I was very wired, you know, I really was. And then I came out anyway of it. I think the operation was around an hour, and then about an hour later I woke up in recovery, and there was this lovely nurse in charge of me, Filipino, lovely. She's here 24 years, I think she said. And we were just chatting. Of course, where are you from? Why did you come here? Do you like it? And I was just, once I was awake, I was so happy. I thought, oh my God, I'm alive. I genuinely was like, I was just so happy. And she was lovely. I got really the best nurse for me because she was very jolly and she was laughing at my breathing because I had to keep breathing in and out for her to give me. I woke up and the first thing was, well, I was delighted to be alive, and then the pain. Now it wasn't like my friend Abby said, were you screaming? I was like, no, I just was like, ow, that's really sore. And she said, well, you've had an operation, but she had to give me the same amount of painkillers intravenously as I had during the operation. She said, that's very rare that we've had to give somebody that, like that you're in that much pain. I must have ran out of their painkiller or something, but she had to keep putting it in, and then I had to keep breathing because my oxygen levels kept dropping. I had to keep breathing. And the noise of my breathing was literally like to breathe in through my nose, out through my mouth. The mouth was easy, but breathing through my nose, I just kept going, like it was a weird noise. I was afraid I was going to like frighten the other patients, and she thought it was hilarious. And she said, you sound like you've really bad asthma. She said, I've never ever heard that type of breathing in my life. But I was struggling to breathe in, but then I could breathe out. And anyway, she was saying, do you have asthma? And I was saying, no, but anyway, we'll see. But I'm a bit tickly, as I say it. I'm a bit tickly, and but they couldn't have been any nicer to me. So she gave me my 20 milligrams of oxy something, not OxyContin, but something else. Then she gave me a tablet form of it, and then she gave me 2 paracetamol, and I think then she gave me an ibuprofen as well. And the pain subsided a bit. But I said to her, you know, I thought she might think like I'm looking for drugs, you know, the way, because I think it's an opiate. And I was saying, I need more. But I said, do you believe me? And she said, yes, because your blood pressure is really high, which would indicate you're in a lot of pain. But then it did. My blood pressure went down to not normal, but it went down a lot. And then I went in, she said, you know, you can have, we'll give you another one of those tablets. You can have one an hour, the oxy thing. And when we went into the other room, the nurse said, no way, she's not having another one of them. No way. And I was a bit kind of annoyed. Obviously, I didn't say anything. She said, no. So she gave me, I don't think she gave me anything. Oh no, I don't know. I don't think they gave me anything actually. But my blood pressure was going down and down, and they said it was normal enough. And then I was wired, and then all of a sudden they were getting me, I was starving, so they got me toast and tea. I drank the full cup of tea. I was so delighted with my cup of tea, and I really wanted the toast, but I couldn't reach it, and I could just see butter and night. And I just thought, I haven't the energy to actually do that. I just hadn't the energy, and I was starving. So then I just closed my eyes and I kept dozing off. And then they asked me to sit on the seat, and I didn't want to sit on the seat. I wanted to just sleep. I was like, oh, well, I'm ready to sleep now, thanks. But no, they made me sit on the seat, and I wanted to get dressed, but they were saying, no, wait a while. And then I did. They said, now you can get dressed. And my friend was waiting for me then. Abby was waiting. Earlier, when I was just before I got my food, I could hear the nurse saying, yeah, she's here. And she looked over to us and said, is that Abby? Hi, Abby. And Abby said, I was wired to the moon. I was genuinely very happy. I was just so full of joy. And then that was fine anyway. And so I started getting dressed, and then I had to keep drinking water. That's what it was, because they had to prove that I could go to the toilet before I left. I was so dehydrated. I was so thirsty when I woke up yesterday morning. I hadn't eaten until I ate literally, I'd say about 11:30 the night before, like 2 slices of toast, banana with a kind of spread thing. And that was fine anyway. And so I felt, I was full enough, but I was just woke up really, really thirsty. I was wondering, why am I so thirsty? I was so thirsty. And so then I was able to have sips of water before, the operation. But anyway, so basically what I'm trying to say is I was so dehydrated, and then they were trying to make me go to the toilet, which is unusual for me. I'm always like every 10 minutes I go to the toilet, because fluid just runs through me. Anyway, so I knew I had to keep drinking water, but I could feel myself feeling a bit sick. So then when I bent down, I was putting on my trousers and I was just sitting there, and I knew. So they give you these kind of cardboard bowl things that, they're recyclable, obviously, decompostable or whatever. Anyway, they gave me 2 of them. Oh no, they gave me 1, and I filled it, and then with water, vomit, which was kind of just fluid. And then they ran over with another one, and I filled that. But then I felt grand again. I was like, oh, now I feel better. And so that was that. And I was able to drink a bit of water. But then when I got up, my legs were so heavy. When I went to the toilet, she brought me to the toilet and she said, what's wrong with your legs? And I said, they're very heavy. They've been like that a lot recently. Very bad. It's like these heavy legs. And it comes over me an odd time. I'm also getting quite dizzy a lot. And I hope my blood pressure kind of goes back to normal. Been eating really unhealthy since I found out I have cancer. All I do is eat crisps, chocolate, just unhealthy, and also to buy good food is expensive. And I mean, when I think of the way I ate at home, and I had all these, I was in the health store, had all these supplements and spirulina and, my maca powder and my magnesium, and I had all this stuff, and I did my juicing. And I mean, Aldi and Lidl at home have loads of organic stuff, and it's so hard to get organic vegetables here, but it's quite expensive. So it's been expensive. And plus the things that I managed to do well since I found out is pray. I listen to a lot of things on YouTube, and I walk my dog, and I clean where I live, like it's spotless. And then after that, then, comes my bath, which I'm finding very difficult to get out of recently. It's hard to get out. It's not just me. It's just there's no handles on it or whatever. But anyway, you get in, you're relaxed, and then it's hard to get out. So I obviously have my bath or my shower, and then I feed my animals. Obviously, that's one of my top priorities. And then afterwards, it's just me. I'm kind of not, and people know me as a very healthy eater, and I haven't been great. So I hope my blood pressure now isn't connected to that or whatever. I'm giving myself heart disease or whatever. So I've been off my medication and all my kind of things coming up to the operation. So I have to go back on the tamoxifen, which is not a nice drug to go back on. I don't know. I have to go back to my consultant in 3 weeks, and then I'll get my results of my operation, like, the pathologist report. And then from there, we'll know if, everything's okay and I'm ready just to wait a few weeks before my radiotherapy, or if they have to go back in and take stuff out or whatever. We'll see. So that's all in God's hands. It's not in mine or anyone else's. So thank you everybody for all your prayers and thoughts and texts, and I so appreciate it. Like, one thing about me is I've always said, like, the way they say, when something's gone, you really miss it and you don't realize. Like, I've always been very appreciative of everything all the time. I sit here every day and I'm so grateful I have a roof over my head. Like, I mean, not just, oh, I'm grateful. I'm so joyful. I feel such joy and happiness, and, I'm so lucky with where I'm living. It's just a beautiful, beautiful area. It's a beautiful place. It's very isolated in the sense that it's not good for someone like me on my own. I have amazing neighbours, and in particular my next door neighbour, Yulia, shout out for her. And she was the one got me the little angel and came in with the tea. She's lovely, but she's very nice. And she actually I have a planter outside and it was full of weeds, and she came in and she took all the weeds, and she got compost, and she got strawberry plants and herbs and everything, and planted them, and was saying, you need to start eating healthy and all this. She's just lovely. Like, where would you get it? And then the neighbours the other side are so lovely as well. I mean, they do anything for me as well. He brings in my bin all the time, and it's just lovely, the two of them. And people are friendly and all of that. I just wanted to say as well, Abby got me this. It's my favourite. Cows are my favourite animal, and I love these because they're the Scottish cow. So she got me that. She got me a big basket of stuff. She presented it. I went up to, after the operation, she brought me home and helped me up the stairs to bed. And I was very tired at that stage. I think I just collapsed. So I was up in the bed, and she brought Teddy up in her arms. I joked and I said, God, I thought you were bringing me up a load of goodies that you bought me. And sorry, I've just eaten because I was so hungry. I felt really sick. So I just had to eat there. But she brought me, and she said, oh, I'm such a terrible person. I feel awful now that I haven't got you anything. And I said, oh, yeah, you're terrible, joking. And she comes up the stairs with this beautiful basket full of, like, so there was this, there was kind of a big coffee cup, an orange coffee cup. She got me a little thing that I can put on the couch, little table that I can put my food on while I'm watching TV and being lazy. She got me sponges for, like, real baby soft sponges for washing, loads of chocolate and goodies, but also lovely stuff like vegan food for dinner and things that I've really wanted, like this protein powder and gorgeous. I'm trying to think of words. I'm a bit tired and forgetful today, but like pastes and just gorgeous stuff. I couldn't believe it. I'm just so grateful to her. She's the kindest person. And she got me these. I wanted to show you these as well. She got me those. They're a little bit dirty, but she got me these last summer, I think it was, or maybe it was my birthday or something. And then those things you can put on them, and I love them. They're my cows as well. So look, I'm so relieved it's over. obviously I'm a bit anxious now. The anxiety, well, I don't mean I'm anxious, I don't want to say that. I'm a little bit worried about what the results are going to be, but not too worried. I'm worried the way I was with this. You kind of, you go through a phase of it's new, now of a new worry, and you worry and worry and worry, and then you don't worry anymore. You just let it go. So I've got that kind of in the back of my mind. I know it's going to be sunny for the next few days. It's going to be beautiful weather. So of course, but I didn't sleep last night at all, really. Listening to YouTube and Googling all about the operation and everything else. And also Googling about can I sunbathe? It's really bad. But anyway, I better go now. I've only about... So, but I was looking, I can use dark colours, so dark, thick cloth or clothing, and I can put it over the wound site and I can sunbathe. So that's what I'm going to do, because I will be doing radiotherapy, and I know I probably won't be able to then. So that's it. So I am off to the doctors now to see about my breathing. I'm probably fine. They just wanted me to get checked out. I'm going to literally put a top over my pajama top and put tracksuit bottoms on and go around. My friend is going to bring me in the car, thank God. And I have to call a few people as well today that and get back to people. So, you know, I'm not ignoring anybody. I'm trying to do it all. I have my penicillin, allergic to penicillin here. I don't know if I am or not, but I did have a reaction to it before. And then I have to take these things off as well. And you know, I'll just finish on this bit. The nurse, when she was putting it on, and I know like there's more important things in the world, but they put them on crooked, so I had all this sticky stuff. Why can't they do it? I'm so OCD. But anyway, so the operation went fine. I've tried to do this video 4 times, by the way. I did delete loads, so I don't know what I've told you and what I haven't told you, because I've done this is the 4th one. So I don't want to kind of repeat myself. But so I am so grateful to God, the angels, all of my friends here, abroad, on Facebook, you know, on YouTube, on Instagram. I love you all so much, and I mean that with all my heart. And like, I do love. I'm a love person. I even have a tattoo there. It says love. Don't know if you can see my tattoo. So that's it. I'll be in touch tomorrow and let you know how I am, and have a chat. I'm really enjoying these for myself, and I just love connecting with you all. It really is just, it's good for my soul and my heart and my healing. So I appreciate it. So let's hope today I am cancer free. You know, maybe they've taken it all out. Please God. But as I said, I'm ready for the journey of whatever it takes, because I know that everything's for a reason. And I have to just let go. Just let it go. Let go. Let God. So that's it, everyone. Thank you again so much. And God bless. Take care. Bye.